Hello, today I'm going to talk about UI in Unity. So first of all, I'm going to um, just drag my images that I've prepared earlier on. I have my titles, my options, and starts button, and I also have my other sprite starts now. And all of this will be dragged in a minute. And if I go to my image folder, I should find the one I've saved. I may have saved right here, my file application folder. And let me look which one let me click on art and okay, let me try different titles and then I'll drag start now. It's some of my image I will be working on right now to do a tutorial on UI right now. Now, after dragging both images to the Unity, all I have to do is to push, just press this button, this image, and then I need to make sure that the Sprite 2D and UI is selected. So Sprite 2D and UI need to be selected if you want to make sure that the size is will fit the screen of the Unity, so to speak. So Sprite 2D UI will be checked as a texture type, and for the sprite mode it needs to be multiple because we have of course multiple images within the same. And if I click on sprite editor, they ask if I want to apply, I say yes. Now what I'll do is to just select each of them by first starting selecting the title, and I select the option, and I also select start, and each of them I just type the name each time. I just label them each time. After label each time, I just click apply. Now after clicking the apply button, now I'm going to go to the Unity, and at Unity I will just right click to the UI canvas, and the UI canvas it's somewhere here, but it will be visible once I just introduce some images. By introducing some images, I just go to UI and then just click on new images. If I label images start, I'll be able to track my images, some of my images, which is start, option, and main title. So what I need to do first is to drag the main title inside my title object image. So that's it. So this is, or actually, let me highlight the title and then go to my source image, and I'll just click on the proper option, and this is where I will get my main title, and I will set the native size to enlarge it a little bit. If I click on my hierarchy, this is my same. I can just resize it using my delimiter, and I move it a little bit upwards. What I can do is to create another UI image, or I can just duplicate the title to save some time. What I will do is to just label this image to start, but this time it will not be a start button, it will not be a main title, it will be the start. So drag it right here and resize it using the scale and the delimiter, the move tool, moving right there is the move tool. Now let me do it one more time for the other image, and it will be the same thing right here, and drag the delimiter, the move tool, to its proper place. Now after moving all of my images to the canvas, we're going to do some animation. So the first animation I want to go through is the color tint animation. To do that, I will add a button component by clicking on the add component. So when you click on the add component, you will see the button. This is unless you type it. You can search it or you can look it for yourself, but it's easier to look through the search bar, and then you click on the button, and then here within the button component we have different options. Within the transition fields we have different options: the color tints, the sprites, swap, and the animation. Right now we're going to work on the sprite swipe. Now within the sprite swipe, we've noticed that we have different options like the highlight sprites, the spreads, press on sprites, the select sprites. Within those three sprites that are commonly used in games, we can drag my start now to, for example, the press sprite, and then for the rest I will just drag my original start sprite, and selected will be start. So you go back to start when it is selected. So if I save it and I push start, I'll notice that if I click OK, you change the sprite. Yes, you change the sprite. The reason why it's so small is that I haven't fixed it, that particular sprite, the same way I fix for the other sprites. So let me fix it right now. So if I go to the sprite, remember this is supposed to be multiple, even though it's actually a single sprite, because we have so many space right here. So we want to make sure we have very little space in between. So what I will do is to select that, and I will apply. Now if I start again and I push it, okay, I guess it doesn't work. The reason why it doesn't work is because once I made some change, it cannot change my sprite. So if I try this one again, it should be working now. I push start. If I push, it should be working now. Okay. Now to for the other, for example, for the other the option, for the option image, we can choose to use animation, and I'll do one more time. I will try to add the button components once again, just like in the start uh, image. I'll do the same thing for the option image. I will add a button component to the option image. Now instead of sticking to the color tint transition, I select the animation transition. From here, I will be able to create an animation which is playing with this animation windows right here. But before that, I need to add an animation controller, and I need to create an animation controller for this specific option image. So if I go to my assets, create an and folder for the animator, and if I right click and go to create, I should get animator. I will label option anim. Yes, option anim, it's enough of a good name. Okay, let me drag the animator to this controller, because this is where we drag the controller, the animator controller. Now from there, we can start creating the animation. We want to make sure I want to make sure it's the proper option image so that it doesn't get lost. Okay, and yes, this is fine. Now I can create an animation. Mm, hmm, you know what? Let me try to delete this animator first to see something. I would like to see something first. Let me click on the anime at the option image first before creating the animator controller. Yes, we create the animator. option. Okay. Yes. Oh yes, there's something I forgot to do actually. That might be why something went wrong right here. You see, I'm supposed to get substate right here. Yeah, I couldn't find the answer. Now I know why. Let me delete that one. So I go first. I need to highlight. Just press on this option and push that auto generate up animation. And from there, it will create an animation controller for you. So option anim controller. This is what I'm supposed to do instead of right click. Okay. Now if I click on it, we should be able to see the different states of the button, the normal state, the highlight state, and the press state. So the button will display different action in each different states. If I go to my, yes, so this is it. If I click on highlights, for example, the highlights button, I will record. I'm going to try to record now the animation. Using the scale tool, I will try to maybe scale it a little bit to increase its size. Let's see. I will increase the size and then I will click the record. This will be for the highlights. Yes, the highlights states. Now for the press states, I need to press on this press states. And from here, I will record it. Go to the scene and by using my scale tool, try to minimize it after it's been pressed. Now that should be it. And if I push press, now if I highlight the option, it should get bigger. And if I press it, it should get smaller. Alright, I think that will be it for the animation. Now I would like to try the other animation with the main title. Maybe color tints. Yes, color tints for the main title. So you need to let me remove that one. So this is the title. Make sure that this button is not closed so that you'll be able to move around the hierarchy. Now after okay, right now I'm in the expected. I have the image components in this title image. We have the canvas render. Now, if I add components, add the button components, and instead of having the normal color white, or maybe we can change the highlight color to red and the press color maybe blue. Let's take a green and a blue. It might look different because the normal color is green instead of white, so it might be different. But you should notice some change when I'm trying to play. Yeah, as yeah, when you highlight and when I click, it should turn blue. Yeah, that's it for the animation UI.